So on the show today with me is new Charlotte Hornets forward center PJ Hall. PJ, welcome to the podcast. How you doing?
Yes, sir. I'm doing well, man. Appreciate having me, James.
And you played 5 games so far with Charlotte since signing partway through the season. Give us a little recap. What do you think you've done well? What do you think you can improve? Kind of how do you feel after 5 games?
One thing I think I've done well is where I kind of came here thinking was my role: bring energy, rebound, try to elevate guys. Set hard screens, be a good energy guy off the bench, and I think that's probably the thing I do best. One thing that I continue to improve is defense, rebounding, and also as I continue to get more comfortable, my offensive role and stuff.
Yeah, and you had your first experience playing against the Bucks, and I think it was your first time playing against Giannis. Was that right? I tried to check
Yeah, it
some of the
was.
game logs.
It was.
I
Yeah, I didn't
guess
play this last year.
your thought about that, right, in your head over the years, what it'll be like. What was it like being on the court guarding Giannis? Did that kind of like match what you expected? Was there anything that you kind of like learned playing on the court with him, that like things to look out for?
Yeah, obviously you watch a good bit of film and learn tendencies and stuff going into the game. But probably the one thing you really see is when you walk on the court, it's like it's a big guy, it's a man, and so you really it puts in perspective how big some of the guys are in the league. And like, obviously I've been around and stuff, but I didn't play them last year. I had to go to Milwaukee whenever I was in Denver, and so it was the first time being up and close. And also starting that night, it was like you're going at it from the get go, and
Yeah.
so it was a cool experience. Wish we could have pulled that one out, but yeah, it was definitely a cool experience.
And was that the game you picked up a couple of early fouls? Was it that one? Because you
Yeah,
played them
yeah.
twice. I guess, what did you, any like learning moments from that? Like, what did you take from those 2 fouls? Anything that you kind of got in your head now for future games that I've got to not get my, hand caught here, or I've got to be earlier?
Yeah. Yeah, the biggest thing is, one of them was, contesting at the rim, making sure you're square and going straight up, showing your hands
Mhm.
early, stuff like that, being there early, having your feet set. But other than that, it's one thing, getting fouls, but getting them that early, that's the biggest thing. And so if I were to get those in the second quarter rather than the first, probably wouldn't be a big deal. But getting those so early on, that's the biggest learning curve, just being smart early in the game.
Yeah. And I mentioned at the start, we got pretty loyal fans who listen to this, and the highlight of 2025 for them was the Hornets Summer League Championship, which you didn't play in the championship game, but you were a big part of it, right? And
Yeah.
I want to go right back to the start. I mean, you'll have had, I imagine, quite a lot of offers to play for different Summer League teams. What made you choose to come to Charlotte?
I thought that it was just gonna be the opportunity I was gonna get. They obviously drafted Kalkbrenner, but I thought that I could come in and be a good backup to him in summer league and have a good platform to go out there and show what I can do. And hopefully that would have landed me here. And obviously I'd end up signing in Memphis for the time being. But it's I thought it was a great opportunity and great fit for me to go in there and play with them in summer league. And I knew it was gonna be a great group of guys too. And obviously it was. We had a great group, great unit. We went out there and competed and ended up winning.
Yeah, and I mean, Hornets fans are pretty good. I think when you signed right before
Yeah.
the championship came, can you just take us through like what happened there, and I mean how you felt about not being able to play, and the situation of getting a contract offer halfway through summer league or 3 quarters of the way through? What was that like, and can you just talk us through that process?
Yeah. Obviously, after all the stories coming out now about me signing now, it's pretty obvious that I wanted to end up here, just because I grew up hour and a half away from here.
Mhm.
Grew up Panthers fan, Bobcats fan, Hornets fan, all that stuff, and so it and summer league, it was obviously hoping that something would happen with Charlotte. Then obviously Memphis called, and at the time I wasn't on contract, so I got away from Denver. So you kind of have to take the hand that's feeding you. And so I, was able to take that, and it sucks to not be able to play in the championship, but made a lot of good relationships, and obviously full circle moment, it worked out in the end where I came back here.
Yeah. And I know fans are thrilled to have you back in Charlotte. 2 questions about: did you get a championship ring? And is the Summer League Championship on display anywhere in the facility, the training room or in the arena? Have you seen it anywhere? Have you seen any trace?
I'm actually not sure where it is. Again, it might be. I just got here, so yeah, I don't know. It might be somewhere around here, but I did get a ring because It's funny. Whenever I signed, I was talking to my agent I signed the morning of the championship, and I was like, "Hey, man," like to my agent, I was like, can I still play? Like, I was planning on playing, and he was like, "No, like, you can't play." And I was like, "Oh, all right, well, that sucks." Yes, but then I was talking to some of the coaches from the summer league team, the Hornets team, And they were like, "Yeah, you still want to come to the game?" I was like, "Yeah." And then I was sitting on the end zone, and then I was like kind of alone. And I was like, "I'm not sitting here." So I just went to the bench and sat with the guys on the bench the whole game. And then so I got a ring right after. Yeah, so I got a ring. That's back in my house, but I'm not sure where the trophy is.
Nice. Well, that's good. I'm glad you got your ring.
Yeah.
I think earlier in the week a piece came out. You were talking about being a Bobcats Al Jefferson fan. Again, we have loyal listeners. Tell us more. We need to dig deeper here, right? Did you go to games? Did you have a Bobcats jersey? Any
Yeah.
key memories from following the Bobcats over the years?
Yeah, I mean, going to games was a big deal, so I actually only ever went to one, and it was actually for my, work thing my mom got, like, we weren't really able to get up here a lot and go to games, but I was obviously, like I was more just like a loyalist of teams around, so I was just inherently a Bobcats fan because I'm still a big time Panthers fan, and then the Braves, this is the closest baseball team, and that's probably the one I'm the biggest fan of, just I love baseball growing up, but yeah, I went to a Bobcats fan or I went to a Bobcats game whenever I was probably, like sorry, that's on my eye. Whenever I was like, I think 11, maybe a little younger than that. But I remember I went there, and it might have been around my birthday, and so I wanted like a foam finger, but it wasn't one of like the ones like this. It was or like the ones like this kind of. It was like the full like Hulk hand kind of
Yeah,
one, like the really nice one. And so I saw that, and I was like, "Oh, dude, that's sick." And so my mom ended up letting me get that, and then a few years down the road, like 2 years down the road, the Panthers were back in town for the training camp. So I had this Bobcats foam finger, but the Bobcats like logo would slide off. So then I
yeah.
slid that off and took it to the training camp, was getting a bunch of Panthers guys to sign it and stuff. That's actually somewhere in my house still. I need to find it.
That's a nice little souvenir memory that you got
Yeah.
from over the years. That's good. Are you going to be? Where are you watching the Panthers game this weekend? Or are you going to be able to watch it? I don't know what the schedule
Yeah,
is.
I think we're on the road, but if we are, I'll be at a hotel. If not, I'll go to some restaurant and watch it. But yeah, I'm excited for that. I wish I was in town.
No, the Panthers fans on the team, or you might not figure that out yet.
I don't maybe Grant because he's from around here.
Yeah,
Grant Williams. I'm not sure. Uh, Me and Con were at the game. Con and Tijon, me and Grant were at the game against tripping the one
Tampa.
last home game they had before the Bucks. Who they played before the Bucks? I'm tripping.
I don't know.
With a face mask at the end of the game.
Seattle.
I'm blanking, but yeah, we were at that game, and but I don't know if there's any like actual Panthers fans on the team, maybe other than Grant. Yeah,
All right.
yeah.
Um, if we look at the last couple of games, like how much confidence have you taken from this little stretch of games you've had here? Have you always felt you could play at this level, or have almost you proven a little something to yourself? Because this is, from what I can see, like your first regular rotation minutes in the league on a kind of consecutive basis.
Yeah, no, this is definitely the first time I've got an opportunity to play, where I've actually been in the rotation and playing, and like you kind of always tell yourself, like, oh yeah, you're good enough. But until you actually go and do it, you really haven't proven anything. And I always told myself like the only thing I need is just an opportunity. Like if I get an
Hmm.
opportunity to go out there and play, like just whatever it is, if it's 5 minutes, if it's 2 minutes, if it's 20 minutes, like go all out, play as hard as you can, go get rebounds, set screens, like be physical and impact the game. And so I think that in this time that I've been able to play, I've had an extended period of time where I've been able to do that for longer periods. So that's been so nice to have that opportunity and prove to yourself that you are good enough, you were right, and so it's very nice. Yeah.
Great.
Great.
And you
And you
came
came
from a
from
Grizzly
a Grizzly
system. It's
system.
quite different. How would you say the Hornet system, Grizzly system vary and change? Like, has it been difficult for you changing from those different systems partway through the season where you haven't got a lot of practices, you haven't got a training camp? Obviously, you had summer league, so that will have helped. But how different are those systems?
Yeah, they're pretty different. I would say the Hornets one is a little bit more. I, I wouldn't say necessarily traditional, but in terms of spacing, probably a little bit more traditional, like 4 out, 1 in, and like ball screen and roll and stuff, and staying in the traditional spacing and stuff. And so also being with the summer league team, and then also playing with the Swarm the last few weeks before this, I uh, I was acclimated to the system, so it was easy to kind of hop right back in. But neither ones are really too complicated in terms of grasping it. But it was nice to come right in and understand the system and be able to just kind of thrown in there and play.
And then the last question for you here. I'm taken back when you dunk the ball, the force and aggression that you have. Like even if there's no one there. And I
Yeah.
was trying to figure out, is it a stylistic thing? Do you just enjoy it? Or does that serve like a functional purpose for you, like in terms of like intimidating or getting
Yeah.
guys to get out the way?
It's okay. I honestly, I don't know. It kind of just happens. Like I've always, anytime I had a chance, I just kind of like go at it hard. I don't really know. Like, in
Just
fact, I
natural.
remember, yeah, it's natural. I really, I don't know if there's many times where I just kind of like flush the ball. I remember one time in college, I got a fast break and I did a windmill, and I remember, luckily there was like a minute and a half left in the game, and I came out like 15, like the next possession, because I had done it so hard, I hit like the muscle right there over the tendons, and my
Mm.
hand was, I mean, it was just like couldn't even feel it. And, that was at Clemson, and I remember, like, the next day I woke up and couldn't even get my hand back, and I was like, I had to do, like, a bunch of treatment on it and, like, was getting it massaged out. It was ridiculous. So, yeah, I won't be doing that anymore. But, yeah,
No more windmills. Yeah,
yeah,
we don't need any more injuries on this team, PJ. Not right
exactly,
now.
yeah.
Not right
I
now.
remember when that happened, I was like, I don't know if I'll ever do another windmilling game.
Yeah.